What's up, guys? This is Kephas.
Welcome to Class Course, where we take a brief look at a specific class in World of Warcraft and break down the essentials of their core rotation. This isn't a comprehensive guide, it's designed to get you up and running. So, to keep things short and simple, we're just going to focus on the rotation for now. But if you're curious about the talent build I'm using for this guide, the link is in the description. Today we're going to talk about how to play an Arms Warrior in the War Within. Now, the Arms Warrior is actually a fairly straightforward class to play, however, the rotation can change a bit depending on which hero path you choose. But since this is a beginner's guide, I'm going to try my best to not get too lost in the details and keep things as short and simple as I can. So to start things off, your number one priority will always be to apply and maintain rend on your target. Now, you could just use rend to do this, or you could use thunderclap instead. This is because thunderclap will apply rend to multiple targets as well as deal a little bit of extra damage at the same cost of rage. Now, there are a handful of optional longer cooldown abilities that we're going to talk about later that all have a pretty high priority, but for now we're going to focus on your core rotation. Among your core rotation, your next highest priority will be to use Colossus, Smash, or Warbreaker, depending on which one you choose, on cooldown. This will create a temporary window allowing you to deal more damage to targets affected with these abilities. Next, you can spend Rage on Mortal Strike, and you can also use Overpower. Keep these abilities on cooldown. And lastly, as filler, you can spend extra Rage on Slam, but make sure you always have enough Rage to use Mortal Strike whenever it comes off cooldown. Now, whenever your target is below 20% health, you can start using Execute instead of Slam. Also, if you've chosen the Sudden Death talent and Sudden Death activates, then you can use Execute anytime. This is especially useful if you are a Slayer, because you have a chance to activate up to 3 stacks of Marked for Execution. Each stack will increase the damage of your next execute by 15%, so 3 stacks would be an increase of 45%. Now, when you're fighting multiple targets, your filler ability will switch to Cleave, and it will become a much higher priority. Now, unlike Slam, Cleave does have a short cooldown, so you can also use extra thunderclaps if you have the rage for it. You also want to make sure that you use sweeping strikes as much as possible. This will temporarily cause your single target abilities to deal damage to one additional enemy. Now, there are a few other optional abilities that we should talk about. Most of these have much longer cooldowns, and most of them will take a much higher priority over most of your core abilities. For example, if you follow the Colossus hero path, then you're going to add Demolish to your rotation. Simply use it whenever it's available. It's pretty fun to use. Alternatively, if you follow the Slayer path, then you might find yourself wanting to take the Skull Splitter talent, adding the ability to your rotation. This one has a much shorter cooldown, but it'll deal some decent damage and even generate some rage. It'll also cause your bleed effects to deal damage a bit faster for a short duration. You'll also likely find yourself making a choice between Ravager and Bladestorm. Whichever one you choose, simply try to use it whenever it's available. Thunderous Roar is another great choice. This is a very powerful high damaging ability that will also apply a bleed effect to multiple targets. Use this one as soon as it's available. And last up, we want to talk about your main DPS cooldown, Avatar. Use this as much as possible to temporarily increase your damage and generate some extra rage. And that should hopefully be enough to help get you started with Arms Warrior. There's a lot more details that we could go over and ways to fine-tune your rotation for high-level play. But since this is a beginner's guide, I really wanted to try to keep things as simple as possible. So I sincerely hope that this video was helpful for you. And if it was, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. But with all that being said, I will see you guys on the next one.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button. And feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. And if you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook, and if you'd like, you can support my work on Patreon. Links to all that stuff can be found in the description below. This is Kephas. Until next time.